Right, okay, folks. So we're here again at the motorcycle mega store. Nice, quiet bank holiday Monday morning. So I'm able to grab Ryan, who's agreed to help me out again. So we're going to talk about helmets because, Ryan, I get a lot of questions from people.
Yeah.
You know, what is a good helmet? What to look out for when choosing a helmet? So I thought, what a better way than to have a look at 3 different helmets in 3 different price brackets, talk about what you get for your money, and give people some advice for buying a helmet.
Yeah,
So what have we got first, Ryan?
So I've picked the cheapest helmet we sell, which is $49.99 for a MT. So MTs are good if you're on a 50cc and you're starting out, because still protect your helmet. They're still rated helmets. It's a lot cheaper. So, but I would recommend going like a 5A or something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is this so cheap then? What do you get for that £50?
So funny enough, you get a lot. So you get obviously your visor. You get this vents at the top. You get your vent in front. So basically, you get bare basics.
Yeah.
For a helmet.
Yeah. And all helmets are tested to like the basic same safety standards, right?
Yeah, of course. So the ratings they do is 2205, which is a couple of years before rating, and now we're on 2206. They're very same, test the same. They just redo them every so often.
Right.
So they obviously test points. So I'm pretty sure they test the top sides, so pressure, so when you crash and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So companies pay for the rating, get tested, and it gets stuck on. So that's the one to look for. Is 2206, which is the new one. That's always a thing to look for in a helmet.
And is it that all new helmets made from now on will be 2206?
Yeah, they will be 2206.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you have to stop selling 2205s after a while, or they might be you can't purchase them. I can't remember. Something like that. They're doing the same.
Okay.
So 2206 on it.
And with this MT, because obviously the weight of the helmet matters as well, but that's not too heavy to be fair. But it's obviously going to be slightly heavier than some of the more expensive helmets, carbon helmets, things like that. But yeah, so for £50, you get a basic helmet, visor, a little bit of ventilation, and yeah, it's a really good value for money. Like you say, if somebody's on their CBT on a little 125 or 50cc.
Yeah, of course.
So what have we got next then?
Next is the Shark Spy 3. So Shark, they use a material that a lot of brands use now. I can't remember what it's called for life of me. I think it's called Lex something. I can't remember, but it's very good. It's very light for a helmet. Price is around 300. That's around retail.
Yeah.
But if you want some extra colours, maybe a little bit more. But so what you get is you get a pin lock, anti-fog lens. That's something to look in a helmet. Either the MT had pins for one,
right?
So you can still fit one to it, but as you go up price, these come with extras.
Yeah.
So this one comes with that visor, a standard. Then it comes with a clear. You just get add little bits. The good thing with the Squalls is they have lights as well. In-car brake lights.
Yeah.
So like a cyclist, very visible on the road. So as you go up price, you get a lot more different safety items.
Yeah.
Sun visor as well. So obviously tip that up.
Oh, they've got the drop-down sun visor inside. Yeah.
So that is what you also really look for. Obviously, in the morning, you have sun, commuting, a sun visor instead of getting a dark visor, and keep swapping the two.
Yeah.
So it's something good to look for. Yeah.
Good. And Shark are a pretty good brand as well. I've had a lot of Sharks in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not running a Shark at the moment, but I had the previous version to this, the Squall 2.
Squall 2, yeah.
Still had the lights in and everything.
Yeah.
But I eventually upgraded. But what I like about Shark have got some really cool designs as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I've got those. So that's a Rep, something that's Zarka.
Yeah.
So very nice. That's probably the most one we sell the most is that one.
Right.
So,
and that's about the £300 mark.
That is around.
So that's the middle of
that's
the
what
range.
we do it for.
Yeah.
Retail's like 400. So
okay.
But, yeah. So
a nice tinted visor as well.
It is nice. Yeah. That's something else. Obviously, you get from the price.
Yeah.
You can see from this one here. So very expensive helmet.
Good stuff. So let's move on to the AGV. This is the Pista, right?
Pista. Yeah. So this is the Pantera limited edition. Cool. Same thing, because it's a track helmet, it doesn't come with like a sun visor.
Yeah.
So that's if you're on very high CC on the road.
Yeah.
Or like a track basically. So like you really only want helmet for track. When two people on the road still it's quite a popular helmet. Same thing, obviously locking mechanism on the front of the visor.
Yeah.
So a lot of new helmets will have that because that's part of the new rating. So yeah, basically it's the bare bones basic like road stuff you'd want.
Yeah.
But obviously it's carbon mix.
Yeah.
So it's a very light helmet.
And I guess then, yeah, because it's focused for track, so yeah,
It'll be quite heavy as well. It'll be the mix.
Yeah.
Obviously you don't want it too light.
Yeah.
Pack.
And the ventilation, I noticed the vents are permanently
They are
open on
permanently
that
open,
one.
yeah.
So not designed for touring rain front in the bad
Definitely
weather. And a beautiful, is that an iridium visor?
So that's obviously limited to that helmet.
Yeah.
It's mixing with the helmet design.
Yeah.
So.
And does this come with a pin lock as well?
I believe it does, yeah, and
Okay.
tear offs, obviously, because you change tracks.
Yeah. And what's the price of this?
So it retails to 1.3k.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then obviously we do it for 999, so it's a little cheaper.
Right. Okay. That's a lot of money off them. So 1.3k down to 999. That's £300 off.
It is a lot.
And this is why I love the Megastore, because their prices are fantastic. And what advice would you give to somebody who's just getting into biking? Let's say they've just passed the CBT and they want to buy their first helmet.
Yeah. So basically, come in and try them on. That's the best bet, is one that feels comfortable for you. Because, for example, I can't fit AGVs because of my height. I've tried loads on, it kills me. So finding which one's good for you. You're looking for 2206. That's a good sign as well for a brand new helmet.
Yeah.
Sun visors, depends what you do. So if you're 125 going to college, maybe you want a sun visor from early mornings. It's just little bits that you think you need for when you're on the road. Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
And I guess, like you say, the fit is the most important thing, right? Because like you said, you can't fit into AGV helmet. I'm the same. AGV for me, they feel too hard on the forehead. So everybody's head is a slightly different shape. So yeah, absolutely come in, try as many different helmets as possible, and then work within your budget to choose style and which particular helmet you like.
Yeah.
And although we're just looking at 3, you've got like thousands of helmets in store.
Yeah.
So there is a lot to choose from. And when getting a helmet fitted, how does somebody know that a helmet fits right?
So
what do they need to look for?
It's very difficult for someone else to give that opinion. Obviously, you're the one wearing it, so it's comfortable for you. So examples we do in store is if it's killing anywhere around the top of your head, it's not a right fit. So obviously the shaft at the top, you can't change that. That is the EPS, that is a protective layer. So that would be a sign. You want tight cheeks, like hamster cheeks we say all the time.
Yeah, just pushed up slightly.
Pushed up slightly, not biting your cheeks.
Yeah.
That's very too tight.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only one you can tell is the person wearing it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable for you, but it has to be, because obviously tight, because obviously when you do your little safety checks, you don't want it to fly, obviously cut your vision. Yeah.
And I guess when you're trying it on, like say, make sure the cheeks are tight but not uncomfortable, but also that if you shake your head, it doesn't move around, right, and it doesn't wobble.
You do not want that. I've seen a lot of people say, I was really comfortable. And obviously I do, if there's a check, you hold the helmet still on someone's head, they move around.
Yeah.
Their whole head just moves into it. So, definitely not. Making it comfortable and right fit.
And a lot of helmets, you can actually get interchangeable cheek pads, right? So if a helmet fits everywhere else, but the cheek pads are either just slightly too tight or slightly too loose, you can get different size cheek pads just to make that fit a little bit better.
Like could be the right size. You could go large, but the cheek pads, they obviously come standard. They can't just pick different ones per each one. It's the same one. So yeah, you can change it. Should be off something called I think it's Perfect Fit, something like that. So obviously like they used to, you both swap it for free, but now they're charging it. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you get the right fit, and then before you purchase the helmet, you swap the pads around, make sure it is the right fit. So that's something they offered.
Fantastic.
For any helmet, cheap pads fit.
Brilliant. And finally, Ryan, why should somebody come and buy from the Megastore?
Prices, I would say prices. Yeah. We can't advertise it online because that's laws, and obviously only got businesses, but in store we do as cheap as we possibly can.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Brilliant. And the staff are always fantastic as well. So why wouldn't you take a trip down to the Megastore? But you do sell online and you do deliver across the nationwide as well.
Yeah,
and international.
International, yeah. International.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah, that underlying piece of advice is definitely try on as many as possible. And in addition to that, pop down to the Megastore. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you very much, mate.
Much
appreciated.
Yeah.